Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet and I hope you guys are having a great day today. I'm excited to film this video. It's all about my top 10 blushes, drugstore affordable. If you want to see a high-end version of this, let me know down below in the comments or by liking this video. Either way works. So before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that like button. And don't forget to follow me. So many fluffies around flying around. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Alright, and with that, let's go ahead and get started. So, I tried to narrow it down best as I could to just like top 10 colors. At least formulas. I definitely got it down to top 10 formulas. Of course, I haven't tried every formula out there, especially for the drugstore, because half the drugstore is not cruelty free. But I think I have a pretty good variety, more than pretty good. And so for each blush that I'm going to mention, there will be a close-up swatch. I have 10 different formulas with one honorable mention, as of course you know. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start with Alabama Cosmetics. And the shade, well, I have two different palettes, but I love this formula. They have two kind of different formulas. They actually have more of a satin formula and they have more of a shimmery formula. And the best thing, one of the best things about these Alamar blushes is that they come in three different trios. They have light, medium, what is it, fair light, medium tan, and then deep dark or dark deep. So it covers a range of colors and skin tones, and I mean just colors in the blushes and skin tones. Let's see. Those are the two that I have. I kind of wish I could combine them, like I could depot them and make them into one palette that I really enjoy. I might do that, but I'm not sure how to depot them without breaking it. So I don't want to break it. So that's why I've kept both. But if I could just pick one shade from all of this, it would be Paraíso from the Fair Light palette, just because this is like such a pretty mauve tone blush. And it's a little pink. A little bit more lean towards pink, neutral, nude, mauve tone blush. And that's my favorite one out of the ones that I have. But just the formula is so beautiful. This formula is infused with hyaluronic acid. So it's not, even with the ones that are not as shimmery, they won't make your skin look dry. It'll look very flushed. And just beautiful on your skin. Now the next one up is very old school. But I just recently retried it and I cannot believe like I haven't tried them, which makes me want to go up and purchase more shades from, what do you know, CoverGirl. And the shade that I have is actually Soft Mink. It took me a while how to figure out this compact. I don't like it, but it is what it is. And yeah, so the shade that I have is Soft Mink, and this one is definitely more on the shimmery side right here. Let me hold it up like this. It's definitely more on the shimmery side, but it's that perfect flush from within. I like more mauve pink tones. That's where I lean towards, or neutral. And again, this one's very similar, but it's a little lighter than the one that I just showed you. And it's so beautiful. And the way it looks on your skin, oh, I was blown away. Like, I'm ready to purchase more shades. I haven't tried the actual cheekers. I've only tried the classic colors, but this one, definitely. You don't need a highlighter. It looks beautiful on your skin without emphasizing texture, and it just looks very glowy and natural, and I was so pleasantly surprised by this shade. I don't even remember where I got a recommendation to try this out. Probably Emily Noel or Jessica Braun. One of them, I don't remember, or was it maybe Kelly Gooch? Somebody inspired me to go and check out CoverGirl blushes, like the old school ones, and I am so glad I did. And they have a lot. A huge variety of the classic color and the cheekers. Next one up, I have Flower Beauty, and I have the blush bombs. I have two shades to show you because I have Pinch and I have Cinnamon. Pinch is definitely the more everyday color. If you just want to have that little bit of color without going overboard or looking like you actually have any blush, unnatural blush. So these are definitely your like everyday, super easy to work with cream liquid blushes. The reason I wanted to show you a different shade is because for people who have deeper skin tones, medium tan, deep dark skin tones, they definitely have more variety of shades. I just wanted to show you these more neutral colors, and you can always mix them to find your perfect tone and color. And these are just super easy to work with. They are very pigmented, but you just need the most minimal amount and start from there without necessarily like, you know, you can't really make a mistake with cream blushes because you can always take it away a little bit with either the brush or a sponge. So that's why cream liquid blushes, very good. These are very easy to work with from Flower Beauty. Another one from Flower Beauty, the other formula that they have is going to be their pan blushes. And I have two colors. I don't have the other one, the peachy one. However, out of these two that I do have, I have, what is it, Sweet Pea and then Warm Hibiscus. I prefer Warm Hibiscus. They have the two mattes, and then they have this beautiful shimmery color, which is very unique in my collection. I think this one may be like the NARS Orgasm. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever seen this shade in person. Never really paid attention to it in Sephora, to be honest, and now I should, so I can see if I have any dupes. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a very like pinky coral with gold through it, and it's just very shimmery blush. It's almost like you could take a dual chrome blush, and you wouldn't need any highlighter with this because of all that sheen with it. And then the matte ones too. The matte one is really nice too. It's not a flat matte, which is what I really like. I don't like flat mattes that look chalky or just like cakes on your skin. I want a little bit, even with the matte, just a little bit more of a tiny bit of a sheen. That's what helps them blend well, when they have a tiny bit of a sheen or a little bit more of a creamy formula. And that's what these Flower Beauty ones definitely have. Now, onto one of my favorite types of blushes in general are baked blushes, and the formula from the drugstore that's like amazingly baked. I think this is the only formula that I have, and I only brought out one color, and this is the Milani baked blushes. And you know, there's Luminoso, there's Rose de Oro, Sunset Passion, but the one shade that I honestly think it's so beautiful, and I just love this one. I love this one more than Luminoso. It's called Petal Primavera, and this one is just, again, that pretty pinky mauve neutral color, but it's also not too pink, and it looks so flushed and beautiful on your cheeks. And because it is baked, you can build it up beautifully without going necessarily overboard. I honestly just love baked formulas. I think it's just one of my favorite formulas in general, and they're very easy to work with, along with like cream blushes. That's probably the second formula that I love the most with. And it also always gives you that nice glow from within look without going overboard. Another really formula that I love is the primer infused blushes from e.l.f. And I only have 2 shades out of like the 8 that I have, and I have Always Hazy and Always Rosy. Again, if you see a pattern through my blushes, it's because I like neutrals, mauve pinks, pink nudes, peachies. I can't open this one. I don't want to. Said I have Always Hazy and Always Rosy. This one's, they have the shimmery ones, and then they have the very the matte ones. Again, the mattes are not very, like, they're matte, but they're not that chalky matte because they are primer infused, so they're going to be very beautiful. And they have so many shades that you will definitely find a shade in a color that you absolutely love, or a finish that you absolutely love. And these two are one of my favorites. And these last a long time because they have that primer infused into here. I don't know what kind of primer. I've always wondered that. Like, what kind of primer is it infused? A long-lasting primer, I guess? That's a good question. I don't know. But like, one of the best things that they have such a good color range. A great color range for people who are very fair to people who have very deep dark skin. Great range. I wish they had the same with their bronzers though, to be honest. Okay, Another one from, like, if you can walk into Walmart or something, it would be from Burt's Bees. And I have 2 shades. I don't like the pink one. I think there's only 3 shades. Maybe there's a 4th one. They should definitely come out with more colors. The one I have is Toasted Cinnamon, the infamous or famous Toasted Cinnamon. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this one because it's a little bit too deep, especially when Kathleen recommended it. She is a light skin tone, but you know, people's preferences also matter in that. I don't know what word I'm trying to find. I mean, they matter. I mean, if you don't like something like this deep for your skin tone that's almost bronzy, it's not gonna work for you because people's tastes are different. That's what I was trying to say. And your tastes matter, and how you like to apply something matters. So even when someone recommends something, you always have to think about what you like and what your tastes are. But the formula for these is so good. Like I said, that's why I want to mention the shades, because the formula is what I want to talk about. But there's so many shades that you can go and explore. Like, these might not be your shades, but the formula is so good that you can pick any shade of this and you will not be disappointed. So this one, Toasted Cinnamon, is a very neutral color, and I just put this into my project pan. If you haven't seen the video, I will link it up. And I'm excited to see pan on this one because it is pretty. It is such a pretty color. It's such a pretty formula, and it does last a really long time, and you can see the difference on your cheeks when you put it on. Even though it's a more nudie bronzy color shade, you can see it. Alrighty, the next blush I'm going to mention, it's actually kind of like more of a 2-in-1, so I guess this could be like my honorable mention instead of the other one, like 2-in-1, because you have the Essence blush, and I've heard that these are like the same but different. So first up is going to be the Satin Touch blushes. I know they don't have these in store anymore, but you can still get, oh no, oh, you better not break. No, you can still get these on the you can still get these on the Essence website, and I have Satin Love and Satin Coral. I definitely love Satin Love more than Satin Coral. It just has that shade that I like, the nudie pink. Hold on, let me open it. Oh, I almost broke it, you guys. I will keep it right here. And this one has that beautiful sheen. This one has probably one of the most beautiful formulas that I absolutely love, and they're $2.99. Like, these are the most affordable blushes, and they're like definitely top 3, to be honest. Look at that. And then these are, again, they have that very satiny formula. Oh Jesus, they have this satin formula, definitely more the bespoke one than the befitting, but they have different shades, and they have 4 different shades in this one versus the satin one. They have a very light one, and then they have like an in-between. I think these two are like a more pinky, but these are the ones that I have, and I absolutely love these. Like, you can see the difference. One is definitely more sheeny, one's more matte, but they're so pretty. And you can always mix your blushes too, just to get that perfect blush that you like, preferably. And I know the packaging is cheap, but I do like how you can see it. Like, you don't have, let's say, packaging like this where you can't see it. I like this better. So when you have it in there, you're like, what blush, wherever you keep your makeup, you already know what blush color it is. You don't have to sit around guessing. Alright, the next brand I'm going to hit is ColourPop. And I have 2 different formulas from ColourPop. I know they have 3 different blush formulas, but I have only tried out, I tried out all 3 of them, but because I haven't found a color that I love for the Super Shock shadow, Super Shock cheek, I'm not going to include it in this video. I do love that Super Shock formula, but until I find a color, and because a lot of their blushes are sold out, it's kind of hard to figure out which shade you might like. Hopefully, I am hoping for this upcoming fall collection they come out with some beautiful Super Shock shadows, then they go back to their roots, some beautiful Super Shock shadows, some beautiful Super Shock blushes, like fall blushes. I just hope they go back to their roots. That would be beautiful. And some lippy sticks, going back to their roots. That would be such a good collection, I'm just saying. So first up is going to be their powder formula. I have not all of them, but I have a lot of the blushes that they still have in stock, and their powder formula is so good. I have the Coast to Coast here. I have, what is this one from Lunar has it. All the Kathleen blushes are still available. So these are some of the ones that I have that are still available as far as powder ones. And these are so beautiful. These two are Kathleen's, and then the other ones are just matte, and then they're just the from like ColourPop, no collaboration. But I can't believe people don't hype these up more. They are matte. A lot of even their matte blushes still have this almost sheening color to them, to where they're not a flat chalky matte that I hate. I mean, most people don't like that. They still have that beautiful texture to them, and they have so many, well, they used to have a lot more colors, and they still do, but definitely you can always buy a palette and just have a blush palette, create your own blush palette, and just work from it, so you don't feel like you need to buy so many individual shades. Look at that. They have some, these are the Kathleen ones right here. Very, very unique color. And the other formula that I really like from them is their blush stick formula. I honestly thought that these had been discontinued, but they haven't. I just checked yesterday on the website, and these are still in stock. And the two shades that I like are Cool It and Aloha. Cool It and Aloha. I can't speak today. Cool It because it's definitely more of that cool tone pink mauve, but it's actually a very cool tone. So if you have cool tone looks, this will go great for it. And then Aloha to me is the closest to a neutral. I know a lot of people didn't like these, but if you're definitely just a beginner for like blush or cream formula, this is such a good formula because you can just put it on like just a little thing and just kind of blend it out. And it does last, of course not as long as other, especially powder formulas, but I think if you put this and then just set it with a light powder, it will last a little bit longer on you. But I think these are very beginner friendly, and they're not so pigmented to where like you are going to be blending for days. Just put a little bit on, or if you don't feel comfortable, you can always put some on the back of your hand and take your sponge or your brush and work from there. There's just so many different ways to work with cream blushes. Honestly, when I first started with cream blushes, it felt so intimidating, but honestly you should be more intimidated by powder blushes, just because liquid and cream blushes are so easy to work with for the most part. I haven't come across one that is difficult yet. Hopefully I don't. Just because of the fact that they are cream and they are liquids, you can almost, I wouldn't say blend them away, but it gets to a point where you can blend it away. Especially if you use a powder, if you use a sponge with your foundation on it, that always works. And it's always harder to take a powder blush away than it is to take a cream. So just keep that in mind. But you can always, if you've never tried cream blushes before, you can always go with these more affordable options just to kind of play around with them, which is what I did before I started getting into, when I first started to get into cream colors. These were the first ones that I tried just to make sure that I liked the formula. I knew how to work with them. You know, I wasn't intimidated. Rather than spending $20+ $8, $9, I can justify that. And plus they last you a pretty long time too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to include as many colors, but if you have a specific color that you maybe have wanted swatch or something, just let me know and I will get that swatch for you if it's in my collection. Let's see what else. I think that pretty much covers it. I hope you enjoyed this video because I very much enjoyed making it. I love blushes. It's probably one of my favorite things to put on as far as my complexion. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will stop spinning eventually. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.